Alright, so now that we've got our overhead console out, I'm going to go over how to remove just the dome light assembly portion, whether you're having to take it out to replace the drawers that are broken, or the switches, or the wiring, or the light bulbs. But we're going to take this, and there's 8 little screws. I found that most of them are a star bit. I found a couple that are Phillips, but the star bit is a T10. So it's a T10 star bit, and I just have it on a screwdriver. Unscrewing them, you don't have a problem. When you're screwing them back in, because the plastic is so brittle, you got to be very careful to make sure you have the screw threads lined up with the screw hole. Otherwise, you'll split and crack the plastic again. Now, the other thing that keeps it connected is this wiring plug. So what you'll need to do is lift up on this tab as you pull back, and that is out. Right here, there's also a little plastic clip that holds the wiring. All you need to do is just work that up, and that wire is out. So now to remove this plug needs to come off of the base. In the center, there's a little tab. You need to push down on that tab, and as you do, then you can slide this plug forward, and it comes off. So see this tab right here? You just need to get under that, push it down a little bit, and it allows it to slide forward. So now we can take that off, and we've removed the entire dome light assembly. So again, 8 screws, and remove the plug, and now we've got it out. And you can see on this one, the problem we have is the switches are broken. I'll go over how to remove the wiring for that next. Alright, so we want to remove this dome light portion to be able to fix the wiring. First thing we'll need to do is just take off this cover. So using a small pick or a small screwdriver, just get underneath and lift it up. So it's got 2 tabs on the bottom that will slide in and come down. The 2 on the side are press, and the same as in the back. So you need to remove it from the back here to fold it up to then pull it out. Otherwise you'll break the tabs off if you try it from this side. So now that we've got the lens removed, we need to take the black pieces off, and all those do is just pull them straight up. Pulling them straight up will come off. You can use a screwdriver underneath if you want, but they come off pretty easy. Okay, so then you see there's a large hole on this side of the white button. We want to push that button towards that large hole so it'll come off. So same thing, push it forward, and then it drops down through the hole. So on the other side, you see the parts of the switch. We still have the wiring connected right here. If you can see, we have the plug retained by 2 little clips on the side, and this plug will just slide backwards to come off. You have the plug out, and then you can see all of our broken plugs. So that's how you get this out. You can see the tab here with the retaining clips, and then for the lights, this is where it presses into, and it just slides into that larger hole to drop through. Now, while we're here, you can see there's that ribbon that wraps around, and this ribbon goes to the different lights. Now, this ribbon is pretty delicate, so it'll break a lot of times, and I'll show you later how to work around that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do the repair. We've got our old one out, and we've got a new one, a repaired one. We're going to put that back in. But first I want to show you how the buttons, the black button goes. So there's that little indent in the center that goes on that hole. So those will just press on, and it just stays on that way. So it just goes in that little hole. Alright, so to repair or replace them, it's got this little groove right here, and that goes in the big hole, and then you just slide it this way to connect it. And hear it click. Again, same thing, press it in the hole, slide it forward, connect, and then our electrical plug, you go ahead and press that on. I'll do that later. So on the front side, what you'll need to do is take your black buttons and line those up, press it down, and they just click right in place. So again, click that down. For our dome light, remember these are the tabs that slide in, so we'll put those on the end. Kind of hold the edges as we press all three of those down, making sure we don't splay those tabs out and break them. So now we have good working switches. We can go and install this back in the overhead console, and we're done. Putting this back in the bracket, screwing your screws in, but I'll show you the screws that I talked about. These little tabs will break out. So when you're putting the screw in, a lot of times go backwards until you can feel it kind of drop in, and then carefully screw it forward. Most of the time this tab right here will split open if you're not careful. As you can see, there's a lot of stress already on it from the factory when it was installed. So just be careful screwing these back in.